Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video on Lumber Capital Log Yard. Today I'm going to be going over a few mistakes that can be made when splitting firewood, especially on this splitter. We have a Timberwolf, and I'm going to be going over a few mistakes that can be made in relation to the wedge that we have here. So this might not apply to every splitter, but it certainly applies to multiple wedge splitters like this one. So let's get into this video. An unfortunate but necessary step that needs to be taken in between splitting each round is to clean out from under the wedge. And this is really important. You have to get as many pieces out as possible. Sometimes you can leave those two, but any side stuff has to come out. And the reason for that is because it just causes such a jam up if you don't, because the pieces won't all push out themselves. So you have to manually push them onto the conveyor to bring them up. And if not, I mean, you can see where our metal is bent here from where stuff has gotten jammed. So it can cause a real issue. Another easy mistake to make is in letting your wedge up and trying to put another log through with the wedge up. Sometimes it won't even really split because you're too far up into the center of the log and there's just not enough power to push it through. Surprisingly, that does happen. Sometimes the log beats the machine, you guys. I haven't seen that in any other circumstance except for when splitting wood. You can put anything through the sawmill and it will cut it. It will cut right through metal, I swear. But you put a log up here and try and split it, and sometimes, like I said, the log just beats the machine. Or does it beat you? I don't know. Anyhow, we have the solution to the problem, and it's getting a small chunk like this, maybe a little larger, and running it back through, and it will just push the pieces through the wedge without splitting another piece. And sometimes, usually it won't, if you're putting a small piece like this through, it won't jam that one in there too. And so trying to find a small piece, it is kind of dangerous. You have to be careful. Sometimes if it's not the right piece, you have to find the right piece. That's important. It will fly out and do something like that. So you have to watch out. Perhaps one of the easiest mistakes to make is in letting your firewood get too close to the conveyor. As you can see, has almost happened here. You have to knock down your pieces. You can't let it get close to the conveyor because it can greatly damage it. You guys don't want to see what happens if you let that happen. It can be nasty. It can be fine, but it can also be nasty. So just don't make that mistake. Knock down the wood. You have to do it pretty often. I mean, at least we do. Even if you were doing it onto the ground or something, it would accumulate pretty quickly and you'd have to go and manually knock it down. Or if it is on the ground or some other form other than a trailer, you could probably use some kind of tool like a tractor bucket to scoop it out. But don't let that get close to the conveyor, because I'm telling you guys, it's not pretty. I know that I've stressed this a lot in previous videos, but you guys have to make sure that you are cleaning out from under your firewood splitters. It can accumulate quite quickly, especially depending on the logs going through. I notice that sometimes it accumulates quicker than other times. Sometimes you have to stop in between and rake it out. You can't let it get up in there because as you can see, there's quite a bit right here, and it can mount up and get into the underside of your machinery and really cause an issue. So also, you don't want to leave it, because this time of year, like I've mentioned, it freezes and it'll be rock solid, and then you're kind of screwed until it thaws out, because you can't just keep on running it and building that up, because like I said, that'll cause a lot of issues. So at the end of the day, it's just really important to remember to do that. It can be really easy to forget because you're tired and you're ready to be done, and it's the last thing you want to really think about. But like I said, it's important. These are all pretty easy things to avoid, but still manage to happen anyways. So good luck to anyone out there this season splitting their own firewood. As they say, if you split your own firewood, it warms you up twice. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time.